on the dais, distinguished invited speakers and delegates, distinguished guests, media persons, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed customary to conclude the event by conveying vote of thanks, but I am a bit overwhelmed in getting this opportunity. I would say, न जाने आज क्यों दिल चाहता है स्वर मिलाकर अनसुने सुर में किसी के कर उठे जयकार, न जाने क्यों बिना पाए हुए भी दान याचक मन विकल है व्यक्त करने के लिए आभार. And here I stand before such a galaxy as present today on the dais and before me with a deep sense of honor, privilege and humility to express our profound gratitude. May I extend my heartiest thanks to the chief guest of today's function, Mr. Sanjeev Bikhchandani, for having taken time off your many responsibilities to join us here today and to share this occasion with us, and indeed for having inaugurated this National Conference on Leading Change. You have changed many definitions of job, sir. You have given the confident, and sometimes I say that it has gone to the level of overconfidence to call when the employee calls Hari Sadhu a Hari Sadhu. Your entire life has witnessed all changes and you stood tall in all odds. Mr. Chief Guest, I would love to quote a sentence you said when you were asked a series of questions like, what if Sanjeev had not got funding at the right time? What if the .com industry had remained in the doldrums? What if he was still trying to figure out how to connect those dots? How long does one hang in there? 5 years, 8 years, 10 years? At what point would the entrepreneur throw in the towel, decide to give up? Now the answer Sanjeev gave, I quote, never. I could have quit any time in the first 10 years and I would have been a failed entrepreneur. Why did I keep going? Because I was not chasing money. And if you chase something long enough, sooner or later, you will get lucky. If you are really lucky, then you will do it in 5 years. If you are moderately lucky, then you will do it in 10 years. And if you are terribly unlucky, you will do it in 15 years. If you love work and it gives you life, give your life a meaning, then you have fun through the difficult times. It is far more one can learn outside the four walls of classroom. Thanks for all your wonderful pieces of advice you have given us. I am fortunate one to convey my heartiest thanks to our guests of honor, Mr. Rajiv Kapoor, Executive Vice President of Human Resource at JCB, with rich experience of 24 years, Mr. Gulshan Aghi, the Executive President and CEO of Surya Roshni Limited, with rich and vivacious experience of more than 30 years, Shri V.R. Sharma, the CEO and Deputy MD of Steel Business at Jindal Steel and Power Limited, with again 30 years of experience in steel, Dr. Harsev Singh, the CEO of Reliance Dairy Foods, Professor Radha Sharma, Professor of OB and HRD at MDI Gurgaon, with again more than 3 decades of experience. As I feel fortunate, let me first salute this collective experience of more than a century and a score. Please oblige us and let us feel honored by accepting our gratitude. Now, as I move on to thanks to the dignitaries on the stage, I am always filled with awe to convey my thanks to our Chancellor, sir, who is the embodiment of modesty and is extremely unassuming. There is nothing striking about him except his whole expression of infinite patience about every odd circumstances. He is a man who makes no compromises. He speaks less, but his words carry conviction. I am thankful to you, sir, for all your generosity. I would like to convey my special thanks to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Jay Prakash, for all your guidance and support. Let me reveal one secret to you, sir, that you are known among the faculty as ONIDA, Neighbors Envy, Owner's Pride. Let me convey our thanks wrapped with our immense love to Shri Neeraj Agrawal, the Secretary Society. Without you, sir, it would have been impossible to have this galaxy of wonderful persons on GLA campus. The youngest and the most charming member of Executive Council, Mr. Vivek Agrawal, deserves a special mention for all his support. Many thanks to Professor Anil Kumar Gupta, the Pro Vice Chancellor, for welcoming our guests. In no way words would ever compensate the hard work done by Professor Rekha Singhal, the convener, Dr. Somesh Dhamija, Dr. Vikas Tripathi, Professor A.K. Verma, during the hard work they put on during the last many months. I cannot thank all of you enough for the involvement you have expressed to take on the completion of tasks beyond your comfort zones. You have ably dealt with the nitty-gritty aspects of making sure the things move on the right track. Somesh, even being so engrossed in the work of his conference, you never said no to a lot of other works I entrusted you. So my special thanks to you, Amit Agrawal and Amit Kumar. It will be unfortunate on my part if I do not convey my thanks to Mr. Ashok Kumar Singh, Registrar of the University, who always remains on the tiptoe to see that things are going okay. Vishal Goyal, may I request you to stand up and wave your hand so that I can convey my thanks directly to you for changing this routine ambience of this foyer into the aesthetically decorated, vibrant hall with your team of devoted students. I also convey my thanks to the print and electronic media for their presence and giving coverage to this conference. I record my deep thanks to Dr. Swatanth in acceding to our request to act as a accompanier in this inaugural function. Thanks to the Ninad Group. As the saying goes, saving the best for the last, let me tell all of you that this Thanksgiving would continue for every moment during the coming 3 days to all the conveners, organizers, members of various committees who have so beautifully been managing this conference. Believe me, I deserve all the thanks, as in such a short period it cannot be extended. I must apologize for all those whose name I am unable to mention because of the shortage of time, but I convey my deepest thanks to them who in one or the other way contributed to make this inaugural function a grand success. I would like to end my thanks with a small poem that aptly describes all the dignitaries sitting on the dais and relevant to today's topic. खग उड़ते रहना जीवन भर, भूल गया है पथ अपना और नहीं पंखों में भी गति, किंतु लौटना पीछे पथ पर, अरे मौत से भी है बदतर, खग उड़ते रहना जीवन भर। मत डर प्रलय झकोरों से तू, बढ़ आशा हलकोरों से तू, क्षण भर में ये अरिदल मिट जाएगा, तेरे पंखों से पिसकर, खग उड़ते रहना जीवन भर। यदि तू लौट पड़ेगा थक कर, अंधड़ काल बवंडर से डर, प्यार तुझे करने वाले ही देखेंगे तुझको हंस हंस कर, खग उड़ते रहना जीवन भर। और मिट गया चलते चलते, मंजिल पथ तय करते करते, तेरी खाक चढ़ाएगा जग, उन्नत भाल और आंखों पर, खग उड़ते रहना जीवन भर। My special thanks to the TNP department also. Ladies and gentlemen, once again I want to state that we are all most grateful to all on the dais and the audience for patient listening. We thank you all for being with us this wonderful morning. It has been a great pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you.